Hello Algebra 1. Today we are starting to review for our Unit 2 test. So this review is on the first half of the chapter. And this is our day 14 review notes. So we have that Danny is preparing chicken sandwiches for his family. He already has 10 sandwiches made and can make 2 more sandwiches every minute. We want to know what the independent variable is. So our options are chicken sandwiches and number of minutes. And what you should remember is that in this situation, the chicken sandwiches, or the number of chicken sandwiches, depends on the number of minutes. And that means that number of minutes is independent. Also, it's time, and time is always independent. So now we can create a function rule that expresses this. So remember, he already started with 10 sandwiches, and he's making 2 more per minute. So that would be letter B, because he's already made 10 and he's making 2 more plus 2 per minute. How many chicken sandwiches have been made if Danny has been working for 20 minutes? So let's go ahead and use our function rule from right here. We have 20 minutes, that's our time, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to plug 20 in for M. So that's 10 plus 2 times 20. Order of ops, 2 times 20 is 40, plus 10 is 50, and this is chicken sandwiches. And so that would be option C. James is buying roses to give his girlfriend Kylie for her birthday. Roses are $1.50 each, and there is a $10 delivery fee for the florist to bring the roses to Kylie during her math class. Given the function rule, y equals 10 plus 1.50x, what does the x represent? So the first thing you should notice is the x is right next to the 150. So let's go see what the 150 is talking about. It's how much the roses cost. That means that A is not correct because we know what the cost of each rose is. It's $1.50. It's also not going to be the total cost to James. That's what Y would be. Our X is actually talking about the number of roses that were bought, because when we take the number of roses times 1.50, that would tell us the cost for the roses. So C is our answer. Number 5, we have 2 phone plans. Here's plan number 1. Here's plan number 2. And C is our total cost, and M is our number of months. Which plan is better for John, and by how much if he uses the plan for 24 months? So again, we want to look at our number. It's 24 months. That means it's going in place of M. And we are going to need to plug that into both equations. So 300 plus 20 times 24, and I'll just use my calculator. So this first cost is $7.80. So that's for plan number 1. And then plan number 2, I have C equals 25 times M is 24. And that's 600. Make sure you have a dollar sign. So I think we can agree that plan 2 is better. And that's because it is cheaper by, we'll go ahead and subtract, 780 minus 600. It's cheaper by $180. Right, if John spends $600 using plan 1, how many months did he use the plan for? So again, look at the money, or look at the value you're given. It's money, that's a cost. So that needs to go in place of C, C for cost. And they're told us we're only using plan 1, so we're just using this guy right here. So again, 600 is going in place of C. Okay, and now this is something that we can solve. What will we do? Subtract your 300 on both sides. 600 minus 300 is 300 equals 20m, and then finally divide by 20 on both sides. So we'll do, whoop, there it is, 300 divided by 20 is 15. So that's 15 months. And there you go. That means that if he used the plan for 15 months, he spent $600. All right, here's our last question. When you spend $7 on a box of Girl Scout cookies, you get each additional box at only $3 a box. This relationship can be modeled by this function, y equals 3b plus 7, where b is the number of additional boxes you buy. Using the function rule above, fill in the table and plot the points. Okay, so we have our function rule right here, and we're just going to plug the numbers in. They told us b, so we're just plugging those numbers in. You can use your calculator if you'd want. It's going to be 7. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 7 is 10. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 7 is 16. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 7 is 19. Now they already told you b is the number of additional boxes. And what y would be is your total spent. Right? Because this number is talking about how much money you paid. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to plot these points. Make sure you label your axes. So this is number of additional boxes. And that's going on the x-axis because x is always first, and then y. And then total spent. And we're going to call this Girl Scout cookies. Okay, never forget your title. So for the additional boxes, I'm just going to go by ones. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going to space it really nicely. And then for this guy right here, I'm not going to use a break because 7 is so low. And it might not show up on your paper very well, but you can see on mine here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to make this 5, 10, 15, 20, and that way I can actually plot the points perfectly. So 0, 7 is right up here. 1, 10. 3, 16, that's going to be 1 over the 15. Notice I'm labeling these points, and then 4, 19, that's going to be right below 20. Okay, and we do not need to draw a line, we're just going to leave it just like this. Okay, so you've got your labels, you've got your title, we have a good scale here, meaning we're jumping by the same amount each tick mark, and then we also have our points plotted and labeled. So there you go, that's your review for today. Have a good one.